I'm Anil Kumar, and now we will see how to find a general rule for a sequence which is neither arithmetic nor geometry. The question here is, determine the next three terms of the sequence 2, 11, 54, 271, 1354, 6771. What we observe here is that the numbers are increasing rapidly. They do not have a constant difference, so they are not arithmetic, but they could be geometric. To figure out whether they are geometric or not, let us find the ratio between successive terms. So what we can do is we can calculate what is 11 over 2 equals to, what is 54 over 11 equals to, what is 271 over 54 equals to, what is 1354 divided by 271 equals to, right? So we'll use the calculator to calculate these answers and then move forward. So 11 divided by 2 is equals to 5.5. So we get 5.5 here. 54 divided by 11 is equal to 4.90. Okay. And 271 divided by 54 is equal to 5.01. And 1354 divided by 271 is equal to, in decimals, 4.99. So what we observe here is that this ratio is not 5, but it is close to 5, right? So what we can conclude from here, that the ratio R approaches 5, right? It's very, very close to 5. Now what we can do is we can analyze further and see how does it really relate to 5. So that is the second part. So whenever you have sequences which are neither arithmetic nor geometric, we know it's kind of a two-part solution, right? So what we will do now is try to figure out that these numbers 2, 11, 54, 271, 1354, 6771, how are they related with 5? That is what we are trying to figure out now. So if I do 2 times 5, what do I get? I get 10. To get 11, I have to add 1 to get 11, right? That's it. From 11 to 54, I can do 11 times 5. I get 55. To get 54, I have to take away 1 to get 54. Now from 54 to 271, let us do 54 times 5. What do we get? Let's use calculator. Okay. 54 times 5 is equals to 270. So we have to add 1 this time to get this number. Now if you see the pattern, we have to multiply by 5, but alternately we have to add and subtract. So what do we expect? We expect here 271 times 5 minus 1. Let us do this. 271 times 5 minus 1 is equal to what? That is correct. So we did get 1354, correct? So if we follow this pattern, we get our numbers, right? So if I do 1354 times 5, and this time I have to add 1, I should get the next number. I do get, right? So from here to here also, I apply the same rule, but this time it is times 5 and plus 1. Do you see that? So what we observe here is that the pattern is multiply by 5 and alternately add or subtract 1, correct? Let's see the term numbers. This is term number 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now to get the second term we add, right? So to get the second term, whenever n is even, you have to add. To get the third term, which is odd, you have to subtract. So that also gives you kind of a pattern to follow. Do you understand? So that is how you can actually find a general rule also. But anyway, the question here is first find next three terms. So let us find the next three terms. So now we will find the 7th, 8th and 9th term, correct? So how do we do that? So we'll start with the 6th term, which is 6771, multiply by 5. Since this is odd, will take away 1, right? So that is how we should get our 7th term. So we already have 6771 times 5 minus 1 should give us the 7th term. So that is equals to 33854. Now the next term is, we'll multiply by 5 and add 1. So we have 33854 times 5 plus 1. It gives us 169,271. And this time we'll do 169,271 times 5 minus 1 times 5 minus 1 equals to. We get another number which is 846354. So that is how you can get the next 3 terms from a given sequence, right? Now, can you write down a recursive formula for this? That is to say, can you relate nth term with n minus term, n minus 1? So we know Tn is equals to 5 times Tn minus 1 plus 1 if n is even. Do you see that? And so we can write it as a piecewise, or it could be 5 times Tn minus 1 minus 1 if n is odd. You get the idea, right? So that is how we can actually get a recursive formula for such kind of a sequence. So I'd like you to go through this video once again and understand how do we get successive terms and how we can also write this as a general formula in the form of recursive form, right? I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.